IVM.
Hey everybody, welcome to another week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you aren't following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Paytm Money. As we go into God knows what week of the lockdown, we've been trying to make sure that we get as much content out to you as possible. We had some interesting episodes in the last week. Cyrus Says we had Angad Singh Ranyal on it. That was a fun episode to listen to. On the Filter Coffee podcast, we had Taslima Nasleen and Arunav Sinha on that. That was another great conversation. Karthik Srinivasan joined Varun on Advertising is Dead. And guys, look for Pratik Oswal on Paisa Vaisa podcast with Anupam Gupta. That was another great episode. I'd also like to let people know that the show that we're doing with Ms. Rashish Vidyarthi, Begin the Journey, is now going to be releasing 3 times a week. So do check that out. I'm sure you'll enjoy that. And let's get started with your show.
Hello and welcome to the Habit Coach Podcast, the bite-sized podcast filled with quick and easy, actionable habits. Remember, great habits create that awesome life. I'm Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach. Today's fun fact of the day has to do with happiness. Did you know that there is a direct relationship between happiness and the immune system? This was scientifically proven in a study. They took 334 subjects and they were divided into 2 groups based on their propensity for positive emotions or negative emotions. Then the group was administered nasal drops that contained strains of a common flu, a form of rhinovirus, which is funny because of the drops you put in your nose and rhino. So anyway, I found that hilarious. What they found was the positively oriented people had a better resistance for the cold than the negative ones. And this was after taking age and gender into account. Isn't that crazy? Firstly, who would sign up for a trial like this? Volunteer to get a cold. And secondly, how your body's emotions control your immune system. I find it beautiful. Ever since this lockdown started, I've been getting a lot of questions about how to stay positive, how to be happy, how not to think about these negative thoughts. And they're right. It is absolutely essential to start thinking in terms of boosting our happiness. Not just for our immune system. It is important to boost our happiness so that we begin to enjoy each day and not see each day as a struggle. How can we be happy if we are constantly struggling with our day and our life? Happiness has many layers to it. I plan on doing a whole series on how we can focus on and boost our happiness. It is something that we can change. It is something that is in our control. Today, I want to talk about how we can boost happiness in a passive way. These are called passive habits, where a simple change in the environment can bring about a change in your habits. In fact, I am writing a whole book on this. So let's start by tweaking our home towards happiness. Exhibit bright colors. Our first task is to make the home as bright as possible with as many beautiful colors as possible. There are a number of studies showing bright colors and their effect on mood. Dull colors make us feel sad and down. Bright colors make us feel positive and happy. What is fascinating is that this takes place at a subconscious level. So we don't have to actively do something to make ourselves happy. The next time you're changing the bed sheets or curtains or pillow covers, put on bright colors wherever you can find them. You could even use old clothes that are bright, like pillow covers. You can also start wearing bright clothes. This too has the same effect on your mind. The next is using our sense of smell. Floral scents can boost our mood and make us happy. Like yesterday, we got a handful of sweet-smelling mogra flowers. It definitely elevated my mood after I took a nice big whiff of them. Find a floral fragrance that you can have in the home, or flowers if you can find them. They are a great mood booster. Essential oils are something else that you can use if you have them lying around at home. If you're missing the great outdoors and nature, you can put nature pictures as your wallpaper on your phone and on your computer. There are a number of stunning nature pictures. A tip here is to use one where the dominant color is green, as green is a relaxing color. Avoid mountains and snow as these tend to be grey and white. Next is surround yourself with music. Something light and lilting. Something that gives you a feeling of peace. So avoid all that heartbreak songs, loneliness songs, missing you songs. It's easier than ever to make your own playlist now. Put 35 songs and listen to them through the day. Finally, place post-it notes. Your notes to yourself about happiness. It could be things you're grateful for. It could be a smiling face. It could be an interesting thought that you had. If you're staying with the family, have them write something of these notes to you. If you're alone, it is fun to chance upon these notes when you least expect them. The goal of doing all these things is to slowly remove the negativity that we are facing every day. The fear we are facing every day. Instead, we move towards this emotion called happiness. Like everything else, happiness takes practice. We have to work on it. So your simple habit starts by making these small changes around the home. Brighter colors, floral smells, happy music, nature pictures, and small happy reminder notes. Guarding our emotions is such an important skill we need to learn for the future. So let's start now and learn to inculcate an environment of happiness.
So start these habits and share with us your progress using the hashtag #TheHabitCoach. If you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I am Ashdin Doc on Twitter and Instagram. You can find lots more information on my website, awesome180.com, or check out different content on my YouTube channel called AWESOME180. That's Awesome180.
बेटा, did you know 79% of all scientists in NASA are Indian only?
देखो, इंडिया में टैक्स सिर्फ मिडिल क्लास भरती है. Everyone is just enjoying free यार.
आजकल के youngsters are only interested in partying and enjoying. उनको देश की पड़ी ही नहीं है.
बेटा तुम बस शादी कर लो, उसके बाद तो you can enjoy life like anything.
I will tell you what this country needs. This country needs 15 years of dictatorship. That is the only way to become a superpower. See the Chinese, how much they've progressed.
सुनो, तुमने ये WhatsApp forward देखा?
So what's common between all of these statements?
They're all absolutely rubbish.
Fake WhatsApp forwards that spread like wildfire.
And statements that defy any logic.
We are here to debunk them all.
Way of family WhatsApp groups, worst nightmare. Where what happens when you read a book.
Basically, we are just a bunch of guys who want to cut through the bullshit of everyone saying this, how it won't be true.
So that the next time someone confidently squeezes out some WhatsApp or Twitter BS, you can look them dead in the eye and go, Uncle, please sit.
So join me, Joel,
And me, Tushar.
every Mondays for a fresh new episode of Uncle, Please Sit.
Advertising is dead. Yep, you heard me right. Advertising is dead. We're all in the content business now. Let's not call it news, TV, radio, etc., etc. It's all content, and we're in the middle of this weirdly exciting phase where all the borders and lines that have been drawn over decades has been swept away by this lovely thing called the internet. We're a show where we don't dwell on just the stuff that is now, but rather the wider stuff about advertising, media, content, and the whole goddamn circus surrounding it. Tune in every Tuesday for our weekly unboxing of the mystery box we used to call advertising. I'm Varun Dugirala, co-founder and content chief at The Glitch, and this is my new podcast, Advertising is Dead.